game is.
Young Rangers, who's having a very fine series, Vic Hadfield. Vic, you and your line playing awfully well.
Thanks very much, boys. Thank you.
Now, a lot of people have asked me, Vic Hadfield, gentle Vic, that's the way they think of him, and all of a sudden in the second game, it's not so gentle Vic.
Well, as you know, you get into the playoffs, and everything is very, very close checking. A lot has to do with frustrations. The Leafs have played very well. I mean, we knew we were going to have a tough series with them, and we expected this type of hitting, and this is the way it's turned out.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hitting and it's a tough series, what about physical stamina? I mean, is everybody tired, really?
I think most of the fellas are, yes. You can take a fellow like Bobby Bonds from the Leafs. I'm sure he must be pretty tired. He's taken a physical beating from just about everybody, and then there's certain players in our own club that are tired. But you try to get yourself up for these games and continue on.
You mentioned Bobby Bonds. It seems to me as though part of the Rangers' strategy has been to key on Bobby Bonds. Is that right?
That's true, although this wasn't made out to be this way. It's Bobby's their key man on defense, and you have to try to stop him if you're going to stop the elite attack.
Mm-hmm. So that's why everybody tries to get just a little piece of him, right?
Just a little piece of him.
Mm-hmm. Now, Vic, you've got a very interesting glove. It's different than most of the players. I wonder if you could explain in what way it's different.
Well, as you can see here, we have a bigger piece of protection right across the wrist, where the other gloves don't seem to have this type of protection. There seems to be a lot of wrist injuries, slashes across the wrist. So, but with this type of glove, it prevents it.
Mm-hmm. Certainly good for young fellows.
Yes, very much so. And there's quite a few players in the National Hockey League wearing it.
Mm-hmm. Vic, just before we go back, before I come along with Bob Golden, one quick last question. We had to do it all over again. Would you still throw Bernie's mask into the crowd?
Yes, I would.
You would. Thank you, Vic Hadfield. Good luck to you.
Off. Now watch Bobby cut in. He'll fake the original backhander right here. There, he fakes a little bit and holds it, and he catches Jackman just a little bit stiff, and he fires it in that short side. He went after with his left pad, but he missed it about 6 inches off the ice.
For Sanderson to Walton. He's in. Save Jackman. Sanderson hit the post, and Carr has it. For Gilbert. Rick Smith way up, pokes it up the boards, gets his own rebound out to Esposito, the backhander, save! Hodge can't dig it out for Jackman as the Bruins are really pressing, and a jam now at the crease. Play, here's Irvin and McKenzie jamming as Ralph keeps it in, and they start to go at it. Ted Irvin and John McKenzie, and the others square off, and McKenzie giving away a lot of, oh, he takes a hard right from Irvin, has the jersey off, ready to go at him. Blocked by Green and Dallas Smith. Hits Hodge to Esposito. Left for Cashman. Coming up on Park. Stops. Cuts. Still maneuvers to Esposito. The quick shot. Scores!
Well, here's a guy that can really pull the trigger. Watch the hard work by Cashman over here against the boards. Now the centering pass to Phil. He wastes no time. He slaps it right at Jackman. Into that top corner of the far side. A beautiful shot by Esposito on a great pass by Cashman.
Worked it dangerously close to the crease. Esposito back for Dallas Smith. Dallas has control. Fires in. Deflected in. Score!
Well, watch this one. Dallas Smith from the point. On the little pass from Esposito, it hits somebody on the way in. It's going across the front of the net. Here it comes. Dallas Smith. It may have hit Cashman. I don't know. Hit somebody. Changed direction completely. I guess it hit Dale Rolfe. Jackman went across and couldn't get back in time, and Dallas Smith gets the goal.
And he just clears it away. Esposito trying to get it. Strong arms his way by Rattal. Has Cashman and Hodge with him. To Hodge, to Cashman. Tip, save, score, Hodge!
Well, this line is red hot tonight. Watch Hodge pick this one out of the air as Cashman does too. And here's the rebound right down on the Hodge sticks, and he flips the backhander by Jackman, who's sprawled on the ice. but he couldn't grab the bouncing puck. Hodge gets the goal.
A shot on net. Here's Stanfield. Busick scores on the rebound.
Well, this line can really pass. Rick Smith made a great play there on the point. To start this, he won't get an assist, but here's McKenzie with a nice check. Now watch this passing between McKenzie, Stanfield. He'll hit the post on the far side. And watch Busick. Forwards love these goals. Open net, backhander, Busick. Great play by that line as Busick comes through from Stanfield and McKenzie. It's 5-0 Bruins.
Dallas Smith can't clear it. Fairburn keeps it in. Fairburn looking to make the pass to Tkachuk, to Carr. The shot and the save by Cheevers. And the clear by Dallas Smith. Esposito with a goal and 3 assists. Stanfield gets his own pass. Westfall, he's in alone. He looks. He scores!
Well, you won't see any better passes than this one. Watch Stanfield right on a lead pass to Westfall. Now here's a great play by Eddie. Head up. Puck on the stick. Watch fake now Villemure to the side, and then a little flip backhander up over the glove and in behind.
Gilbert over the line. Trailing Rattel. A shot is wide. And a battle, Dallas Smith and Gilbert. And a headlock by Dallas on Gilbert. And Dallas going to work on him pretty good. Now Gilbert coming back, throwing rights. But the linesmen are taking those rights. Dallas had the early going.
Well, neither one of these players, Fred, are noted for their fisticuffs, so it's surprising to see Gilbert and Dallas Smith involved.
Brad Park and Ted Green. Oh, and Ted butted him with the helmet. And now Park throwing the rights as they go at it. Ted Green down at the bottom as Park come a little. Scores!
Unsung heroes of the Bruins over the last 2 or 3 years, a hard worker, and he gets a well-deserved goal here. Watch this beautiful forechecking. He got a break, the puck hit his foot, came right onto his stick, and watch him just wait and then drive it by Villemure to the far corner. Beautiful play by Stanfield.
Rick Smith to Esposito, the shot, the save by Villemure. As the Bruins storm the New York end, and Bailey, top Carr. Oh, what a check. As Tkachuk scores for New York.
Well, Tkachuk fired one, and watch Carr get hit here, and he's hurt. Bailey got him on the leg check, and that'll hurt. Here's Tkachuk now with the drive just inside the blue line, and it whistled by Cheevers, partially screened.
By Green, who's playing without a stick. And Walden sends it away to Stanfield. For Leach. Leach in deep, cuts in, scores!
Leach has got some great moves. He just needs to break out. Watch this great move by a right winger. A little fake to shoot. He gets Villemure straightened up and then just tucks it home with a backhander right here. Beautiful.
And so the Bruins reached the Stanley Cup Finals in 9 games, one more than the minimum, while the Rangers took 10. And now the stage was set to determine the Stanley Cup champion of 1972. New York scored early in the first game to take a 1-0 lead when defenseman Dale Rolfe fired the puck past Boston goalie Jerry Cheevers. The Boston Garden fans were rather anxious as the visiting Rangers threatened to add to their lead. But Cheevers, who during the regular season had an undefeated string of 33 games, made several big saves in the Bruins' goal. Around the 5-minute mark, Johnny McKenzie got Boston going, setting up line mate Fred Stanfield for the tying goal. Now it was the Bruins' turn to put the pressure on around the New York goal. Bobby Orr's sizzling slap shot is deflected wide of the net. But Jackman loses his goal stick as Ken Hodge grabs the rebound. The puck comes back to Don Orey. He shoots. Jackman saves, but Hodge backhands the puck high into the net to make it 2-1 for the Bruins, and the Boston fans go wild. Boston has a man in the penalty box, but New York simply can't beat Cheevers. The Bruins got excellent penalty killing from Eddie Westfall and Derek Sanderson, who incidentally has been hospitalized between games for a stomach condition. That's Westfall, number 18, stealing the puck from the Rangers. Ahead to number 16, Sanderson, and watch this. Sanderson's remarkable shorthanded goal makes it 3-1, and just 45 seconds later, Hodge scored a second shorthanded goal to give Boston a 4-1 lead as the second period gets underway. Cheevers saves on Kachuk, and the Bruins start back on the attack. Number 7, Phil Esposito, the NHL's leading scorer and all-star center, fires a wrist shot at Jackman. He saves, but Hodge slams the rebound home for his third goal of the game, a hat trick, and Boston takes what appears to be an insurmountable 5-1 lead in this opening game. Right there, many might have expected the Rangers to pack up and return to New York. But in unbelievable fashion, the Rangers charge back. In super slow motion, we see how the Rangers' hard work pays off, and they narrow the margin to 5-2. Cheevers makes the initial save, but number 7, Rod Gilbert, blasts the rebound home. And so manager-coach Emil Francis watches as Rangers go into the third period, still a big 3 goals down. Make that 2 goals down as Vic Hadfield's shot eludes Cheevers at the 1:46 mark, and this game isn't over yet. Kachuk shoots, and it's 5-4. The Boston fans are stunned by New York's dramatic comeback. The Bruins are in trouble. New York has the momentum and swarm into the Boston end. Number 27, Ted Irvin, chases the puck back of the net, gets it to Bruce McGregor, and we've got a tied-up hockey game at 5-5 with just over 10 minutes to play. The Bruins seem dazed. They let a 4-goal lead slip through their fingers. But Mike Walton passes ahead to Garnet Bailey. And that neatly executed goal by Bailey makes him the hero of the first game. Boston wins 6-5 to take a 1-game lead in the quest for the Cup. They came out hitting at the start of the second game, and obviously the Rangers were paying particular attention to number 7, the ever-dangerous Phil Esposito. Both clubs changed goaltenders for this game. Ed Johnston took over for the Bruins, Gilles Villemure for the Rangers. And Johnston was called upon to make several spectacular saves in this, the first period. In super slow motion, watch number 4, Bobby Orr, make one of his patented moves to set up Johnny Busick for the first goal of the game. Into the second period, and Esposito gets a great scoring opportunity, but Villemure somehow managed to keep the puck out. Again, Esposito fires, and again, he's robbed by the little Ranger goaltender. Here come the Bruins, but Ranger captain Vic Hadfield, number 11, has other ideas. Over to Jim Nielsen. A perfect pass to Rod Gilbert, and the game is tied up at 1-1, and that was the score at the end of the second period. Rangers continued to carry the play to the Bruins in the third period until they ran into penalties, and then the vaunted Boston power play went into action with a two-man advantage. That's Ken Hodge scoring the winning goal. Boston takes a two-game lead in the series, which now shifts to New York for the next two games. As the Ranger team check in at Boston's Logan Airport, it's hard to say whether an NHL player logs more miles in the sky or on the ice during a season. In any event, the Rangers have got to start flying when they get back on home ice if they're going to get back into this series. Two wins is what goalie Ed Jackman is signaling as their Eastern Airlines jet takes off for New York and the friendlier confines of Madison Square Garden in downtown Manhattan. New York is now wearing its home ice white sweaters, while Boston is wearing black. Cheevers is back in goal for the Bruins, Jackman for the Rangers. As the game gets underway, the Rangers are on the attack. Bill Fairburn has the puck in the corner. It goes to Hadfield. He gets it to Brad Park, and it's 1-0 for New York on Park's goal. Boston storms back, and Jackman is called upon to make save after save. And Esposito is thwarted again. Referee John Ashley keeps an attentive eye on the action. This was Ashley's 680th career game, and as it turns out, his last. He announced his retirement after 13 years as one of the NHL's most respected officials. Jackman continues to confound the Boston shooters, especially Esposito, who's getting chances but just can't score. And in the meantime, New York made it 2-0 on a goal by Rod Gilbert. The Rangers are playing with more confidence here at Madison Square Garden. The puck comes across to Park, and he fires his second goal of this first period and gives New York a 3-0 lead. But the Bruins aren't giving up. Mike Walton finally figures out how to beat Jackman on this play. Let's watch it again in slow motion. Walton waits for Jackman to commit himself, then shoots to make it 3-1 going into the second period. Now keep your eye on Boston's number 4, Bobby Orr. Orr brings the Bruins back within a goal of the Rangers. But within minutes, Gilbert scored to make it 4-2. Park assisted on that goal, giving him 4 points in this game, 2 goals and 2 assists. Sensing their first victory in this Stanley Cup final, the Rangers continue to attack, and Peter Stemkowski makes it 5-2. Here's another look at Stemkowski's goal. McGregor lays a perfect pass on Stemkowski's stick, and that's the way the game ended, 5-2 for New York. Now Boston leads the series 2-1. Game 4, and we get off on a rather exuberant note. The game was barely 5 minutes old when the incomparable Orr shot the Bruins into the lead. Jackman was kept busy. Watch this stop on Esposito, who by now must be wondering what he has to do to score. But Orr again finds the range. His second goal, and Boston leads 2-0. Let's look again at Orr's goal, this time from another angle. Into the second period, and remembering how the Rangers came back in the first game, Boston isn't letting up. New York keeps trying, but the Bruins goalie, Ed Johnston, is playing exceptionally well. Don Marcotte, number 21 for the Bruins, picks up speed. He drops the puck to Orr. Back to Marcotte, and Marcotte gives Boston a comfortable 3-0 lead. However, the Rangers got that goal back quickly as Stemkowski sets up Ted Irvin. Now in the third period, Boston leads 3-1 and threatens to add to its margin. But Jackman is equal to the occasion. Again, Esposito is frustrated by the New York goaltending. How long can the Rangers continue to shut out the man who scored 66 goals during the regular season and 9 more in the 2 preceding playoff series? New York made it 3-2 on a goal by Rod Sealing late in the game, but the Bruins held on to win and take a 3-1 lead in the series as the scene shifts back to the Boston Garden. Those pennants spell out the 4 previous times the Bruins had won the Stanley Cup. A win tonight would make it 5, and the Boston Garden is full of anticipation. Boston wasted no time. In the first period, Wayne Cashman, number 12, slips the puck between Villemure's legs, and the capacity Boston crowd is ecstatic. For the Rangers, they must win to stay alive. Intercepts a Boston pass. Over to Kachuk. Johnston makes the save, but the rebound comes to Dale Rolfe, and Rolfe makes no mistake. Let's watch that tying goal in slow motion replay. Rolfe sidesteps the defender, then fires the Rangers right back into contention. Fairburn, who's having a great series, just misses, and Boston returns to the attack. Hodge is all alone in front of Villemure, and he makes it 2-1 towards the end of the first period. Veteran Johnny Busick barges in on Villemure in the second period as the Boston power play pours it on with 2 Rangers in the penalty box. But Brad Park gets an unbelievable breakaway. Park's shot caroms off the crossbar, and now in the third period, Boston is only 20 minutes away from the Stanley Cup. However, the Rangers aren't about to concede, and Bobby Russo blasts the shot and ties the game at 2-2. Villemure was virtually unbeatable in this third period, facing 17 Boston shots, and with less than 8 minutes to play in regulation time, Irvin digs the puck out to Russo, who scores the winning goal. Russo's second goal of the night extends the series, and now it's back to Madison Square Garden in New York for Game 6. Cheevers is the choice for the Bruins in goal, and New York goes again with Villemure, who played so well in Game 5. With the Bruins enjoying a manpower advantage, the puck comes back to Orr at the point. He spins away from his check and shoots Boston into the lead 1-0. That was remarkable Bobby's 4th goal of this series. Without Villemure, the score could easily have been much higher. And in the second period, it was Cheevers' turn to shine as the Rangers tried desperately to score. Wayne Cashman scored in the third period to give Boston a 2-0 lead. Time is running out on the Rangers as Esposito sets up Cashman for his second goal of the period to make it 3-0 for the Bruins. The final seconds of play tick off. The Boston Bruins have won the 1972...
Madison Square Garden houses a genuine hockey puzzle. The man who must solve it is Emile Francis, reclaiming New York's coaching reins after a mediocre first half of the season for the Rangers. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Steve Vickers, is experiencing a sophomore slump, and former Vezina Trophy winner Ed Giacomin has his highest goals against average in 8 seasons. The visiting Atlanta Flames have a new high scorer in Al McDonough, recently acquired from Pittsburgh. Their other top point getter is Calder Trophy candidate Tom Lysiak, the number 2 pick in the amateur draft. Phil Meir gets the starting goaltending assignment tonight. In just their second season, the Flames come into New York with a surprising 6-point lead for the 4th playoff berth in the West Division, 3 points away from 3rd place St. Louis. The Rangers are 3rd in the East, but only 2 points ahead of Toronto and 3 in front of Buffalo. However, Coach Francis has increased the tempo of the New York hitting game, and his players are responding. Ed Giacomin gets some help from defenseman Jim Nielsen, who forces John Stewart to shoot wide on his first try and then blocks a second Stewart attempt. Now the Rangers attack, but Phil Meir's sparkling saves beat Vic Hatfield and John Rattel. John Rattel and Noel Price lock skates in a freak accident, and Price gets the worst of it. Atlanta loses its most experienced defenseman with an injured knee. Rattel, just back from a 10-day layoff, is in form, and the reunited gag line, forechecks in the Flames' end.